Number 25, Margot Kidder. Born on October 17, 1948 in Yellowknife, Margot Kidder became a household name for her unforgettable role as Lois Lane in the Superman series starring opposite Christopher Reeve. With her quick-wit charm and spirited energy, she brought the iconic reporter to life and won the hearts of audiences around the world. Over the course of her career, Kidder appeared in more than 100 film and television projects. She delivered memorable performances in films like Black Christmas and the Amityville Horror, and later connected with a new generation through appearances on shows like Smallville. Her work earned her critical recognition, including a Saturn Award for Best Actress for her portrayal of Lois Lane. But behind the success, Kidder faced deeply personal challenges. She spoke openly about her struggle with bipolar disorder, as well as periods of financial instability. In 1996, she experienced a widely publicized mental health crisis that led to a brief episode of homelessness. During that difficult time, she depended on the kindness of friends and even strangers, sometimes sleeping on couches or in temporary shelters. Despite these hardships, Kidder never fully stepped away from her craft. While her roles became less high-profile, she continued acting with passion and commitment, demonstrating both her versatility and resilience. In later years, she also became an advocate for mental health awareness, using her own experiences to help others better understand the condition. Margot Kidder passed away on May 13, 2018, at the age of 69. She leaves behind not only a legacy of memorable performances, but also a powerful story of perseverance, one that continues to resonate with fans who admired her honesty, strength, and enduring spirit. Number 24, Jan Michael Vincent. Jan Michael Vincent was once one of Hollywood's most recognizable leading men, known for his rugged good looks and effortless screen presence. Born on July 15, 1944, he rose to fame in the 1970s and 1980s, with standout roles in films like The Mechanic, often misheard as The Bullet and Hooper, as well as the hit television series Airwolf. He shared the screen with major stars such as John Wayne and Burt Reynolds, cementing his place among Hollywood's elite. But behind the fame, Vincent faced serious personal struggles. His career, which once seemed unstoppable, became overshadowed by battles with substance abuse and a series of legal issues. Over time, these challenges took a heavy toll, making it difficult for him to maintain steady work or rebuild his once thriving career. As the years went on, financial difficulties and addiction led to a steep decline. Reports from the late 1990s and early 2000s described Vincent living in extremely modest conditions and at times relying on others for basic support, far removed from the life he once knew as a Hollywood star. His story became a sobering example of how quickly success can fade when personal struggles go untreated. Vincent's health also deteriorated significantly. He suffered multiple injuries over the years, and later in life complications from an infection led to the amputation of part of his right leg. Despite these hardships, there were periods where he sought help and attempted to stabilize his life, showing moments of resilience, even in the face of overwhelming challenges. Jan Michael Vincent passed away on February 10, 2019 at the age of 74 following cardiac arrest while hospitalized in Asheville. He is remembered not only for his talent and on-screen charisma, but also as a cautionary tale about the pressures of fame and the very real consequences of addiction. Number 23, Erin Moran. Born on October 18, 1960 in Burbank, Erin Moran became a familiar face to millions of Americans through her role as Joni Cunningham on the beloved sitcom Happy Days during the 1970s and early 1980s. With her bright personality and relatable charm, Moran brought warmth and authenticity to the character of Richie Cunningham's younger sister. Fans especially connected with Joni's on-again, off-again romance with Chachi Arcola, played by Scott Baio, a storyline that became a defining part of the show's later years. At the height of her fame, Moran was a true teen idol, appearing on magazine covers and talk shows across the country. She even reprised her role in the spin-off series Joni Loves Chachi, further cementing her place in television history. But like many child stars, the transition into adulthood proved challenging. In the years that followed, Moran faced a series of personal and financial difficulties. Steady acting opportunities became scarce, and her situation worsened after a widely reported eviction from her California home in 2010. She later relocated to rural Indiana, where she lived with family members. While media reports often portrayed her as homeless, the reality was more complex. She experienced periods of housing instability and financial hardship rather than prolonged life on the streets. Alongside these struggles, Moran dealt with personal challenges, including a difficult divorce and issues related to alcohol. Despite attempts to return to acting, her career never regained the momentum it once had during her Happy Days era. Tragically, Erin Moran passed away on April 22, 2017 at the age of 56. The cause of death was complications from stage 4 squamous cell carcinoma of the throat. News of her passing prompted an outpouring of grief and nostalgia from fans who remembered her as the sweet and spirited Joni. Today, Erin Moran's legacy lives on through the enduring popularity of Happy Days. Her story serves as a heartfelt reminder of how fleeting fame can be, and how important compassion and support are for those facing difficult chapters later in life. Number 22. Leif Garrett. Born on November 8, 1961 in Hollywood, Leif Garrett rose to fame in the late 1970s as one of America's most recognizable teen idols. With his boyish charm and musical talent, he quickly captured the hearts of fans across the country and around the world. His hit song, I Was Made for Dancin', helped cement his place as a pop sensation, while his appearances on television and in films made him a familiar face to millions. At the height of his success, Garrett seemed to have it all: fame, fortune, and a devoted fan base. But behind the scenes, he was battling personal demons that would gradually overshadow his career. Struggles with substance abuse began at a young age and led to a series of legal issues, financial setbacks, and long periods of instability. Over the years, Garrett's life became increasingly difficult. While there have been reports of him experiencing homelessness or relying heavily on others for support, his situation has often been more accurately described as ongoing financial and personal instability rather than continuous life on the streets. Despite multiple attempts at rehabilitation and a desire to turn his life around, he has faced repeated challenges in maintaining long-term recovery. Even so, Garrett has shown resilience. In recent years, he has continued to speak openly about his struggles, using his story as a cautionary tale about the pressures of early fame and the dangers of addiction. Though his career never fully returned to its former heights, his willingness to confront his past has earned him a measure of respect and empathy from longtime fans. Today, Leif Garrett's story remains a powerful reminder that life in the spotlight can come at a steep personal cost, and that the road to recovery is often long and difficult, but never entirely out of reach. Number 20. Mindy McCready. Born on November 30th, 1975 in Fort Myers, Mindy McCready rose to prominence in the mid-1990s as one of country music's most promising young voices. With hits like Guys Do It All the Time and 10,000 Angels, she quickly captured the attention of fans with her powerful vocals and emotionally honest style. Her debut album achieved significant success, and for a time it seemed she was on a steady path to long-term stardom. But behind the music, McCready faced deeply personal struggles that gradually overshadowed her career. She battled substance abuse for many years, which led to a series of legal troubles, including arrests and probation violations. Her personal life was often in the headlines as well, marked by turbulent relationships and difficult custody disputes involving her children. Despite multiple attempts at rehabilitation and brief returns to the spotlight, maintaining stability proved challenging. There were moments when she appeared ready for a comeback, but the underlying issues remained difficult to overcome. Like many artists under intense public scrutiny, her private struggles played out in a very public way. Tragically, on February 17, 2013, Mindy McCready passed away at the age of 37. Her death ruled a suicide sent shockwaves through the country music community and among her fans. In the years since, her story has become a somber reminder of the hidden battles many public figures face, particularly when it comes to mental health and addiction. Today, McCready is remembered not only for her talent and the music she left behind, but also as a reminder of how important compassion, understanding, and support can be for those struggling behind the scenes. Number 19. Lonnie Willis. Born on October 30th, 1969 in Los Angeles, Lonnie Willis was once part of the Southern California fitness and entertainment scene, known for her work as a model and her connections to television circles, including appearances associated with shows like Baywatch. For a time, she lived a life that reflected the glamour many associate with Los Angeles. However, her circumstances changed dramatically in the years that followed. After a highly publicized and difficult divorce, Willison began facing a series of personal and financial hardships. By the mid-2000s, reports emerged that she was living on the streets of Los Angeles, struggling to meet basic needs, a stark contrast to her earlier life. Her situation has been complicated by ongoing mental health challenges and physical health concerns, which have made it difficult for her to maintain steady work or secure stable housing. Over time, she has largely remained out of the public spotlight, occasionally speaking with reporters, but often declining assistance, highlighting just how complex and deeply personal these situations can be. Willison's story underscores a difficult truth. Homelessness can affect individuals from all walks of life, even those who once experienced success or public recognition. Her experiences reflect not only personal struggle, but also the broader challenges of accessing consistent care housing and long-term support. For many, her journey serves as a reminder of the importance of compassion, outreach, and understanding when it comes to those facing life on the margins. It's a story that encourages reflection, not just on fame, but on how quickly circumstances can change and how vital it is to support those in need. Number 18, David Cassidy. Born on April 12, 1950 in New York City, David Cassidy became one of the most recognizable teen idols of the 1970s. Best known for his role as Keith Partridge on the hit series The Partridge Family, Cassidy's charm and musical talent captured the hearts of millions. His success extended far beyond television, with chart-topping songs like I Think I Love You and Come On Get Happy helping define a generation of pop music. At the height of his fame, Cassidy enjoyed enormous success, but life behind the spotlight was far more complicated. The pressures of constant public attention and the expectations placed on him as a teen idol began to take a toll. Over the years, he struggled with alcoholism, financial difficulties, and personal setbacks that gradually impacted both his career and well-being. While Cassidy did face serious financial troubles, including bankruptcy filings, claims of prolonged homelessness are often overstated. In reality, he experienced periods of financial strain, legal issues, and difficulty maintaining stable living arrangements, but he was not widely documented as living on the streets. In the 2000s, he lived in places like Fort Lauderdale, where he worked to rebuild his career through live performances and public appearances. Despite ongoing challenges, Cassidy continued to perform and connect with his fans, showing determination even as his health declined. In his later years, he was open about his struggles, including issues related to alcohol and memory loss. David Cassidy passed away on November 21, 2017, at the age of 67. He is remembered not only for his contributions to music and television, but also for his honesty about the pressures of fame. His story remains a meaningful reminder that success does not shield anyone from life's difficulties, and that compassion and understanding are essential for those facing personal and financial hardship. Number 17, MC Hammer. Born Stanley Kirk Burrell on March 30th, 1962, in Oakland, MC. Hammer rose to become one of the biggest names in music during the late 1980s and early 1990s. Known for his energetic performances, signature Hammer pants, and infectious hits like You Can't Touch This and Have You Seen Her, he helped bring hip-hop into the mainstream and built a global fan base. At the height of his success, Hammer was earning tens of millions of dollars a year and living a lifestyle to match. He owned luxury homes, expensive cars, and even maintained a large entourage that reportedly included dozens, sometimes over 100 employees, friends, and associates. However, the costs of sustaining that lifestyle quickly added up. By the mid-1990s, financial pressures began to mount. Legal disputes, unpaid taxes, and mounting debts took their toll, and in 1996, Hammer filed for bankruptcy, reporting liabilities of more than $10 million. His once impressive estate in Fremont was eventually lost to foreclosure years later, symbolizing just how far his financial situation had declined. It's important to note that while Hammer faced serious financial hardship, he was not widely reported as being homeless. Instead, his story reflects a dramatic financial scoot, moving from extraordinary wealth to significant debt and rebuilding from the ground up. Rather than disappearing, Hammer chose to reinvent himself. In the years that followed, he explored new paths in business and technology, becoming an early supporter of internet ventures and social media. He also remained active in music ministry and community work, demonstrating a willingness to adapt and move forward. Today, MC Hammer is remembered not only as a pioneer of mainstream hip-hop, but also as someone who learned hard lessons about financial management and resilience. His journey serves as a powerful reminder that even great success can be fragile, but with determination, it's possible to rebuild and find new purpose. Number 16, Willie Aames. Born on July 15, 1960 in Newport Beach, Willie Aames first gained national attention as a young actor, winning over audiences with his wholesome charm. He became widely known for his role on the hit series 8 is Enough, and later continued his television success with Charles in Charge. For a time, he seemed to have a steady career and a bright future in Hollywood, but as the spotlight faded, Aames faced growing personal struggles. By the 1980s, as acting opportunities slowed, he began battling substance abuse, turning to drugs and alcohol as a way to cope with the pressures of fame and uncertainty about his future. Over time, these issues led to financial problems, legal troubles, and a steady decline in stability. In the mid-2000s, Aames reached a breaking point. After a series of setbacks, including bankruptcy and the loss of stable housing, he experienced a period of homelessness in Vancouver. Living on the streets and relying on shelters, he faced some of the most difficult moments of his life. Yet even at his lowest, Aames chose to fight for a way forward. With the support of local shelters and recovery programs like Alcoholics Anonymous, he began the long process of rebuilding. Over time, he not only regained stability, but also found a new sense of purpose, helping others facing similar struggles. He volunteered, counseled those dealing with addiction, and became an advocate for recovery. In the years since, Aames has reestablished himself working as a motivational speaker and sharing his story of redemption. His journey from early fame to hardship and ultimately to recovery resonates deeply with those who understand how fragile success can be. Willie Aames's life stands as a powerful reminder that setbacks do not have to define a person's future. With determination, support, and faith, it is possible to rebuild even after hitting rock bottom. Number 15. Natasha Lyonne. Born on April 4, 1979 in New York City, Natasha Lyonne began her career at a young age, appearing in films like Heartburn and Dennis the Menace. With her distinctive voice and sharp on-screen presence, she steadily built a reputation as a talented and unconventional performer. However, her early success was accompanied by serious personal challenges. During her teenage years and into early adulthood, Lyonne struggled with substance abuse and legal troubles, which began to overshadow her rising career. By the early 2000s, these issues had escalated significantly, affecting both her health and her professional opportunities. Around 2005, Lyonne faced one of the most difficult periods of her life. She experienced severe health complications and instability in her living situation, at times lacking secure housing and relying on the support of friends. While often described as homelessness, her situation was more accurately a period of housing instability and crisis rather than prolonged life on the streets. Determined to turn her life around, Lyonne sought treatment and began the long process of recovery. With time, persistence, and support, she gradually rebuilt both her health and her career. Small acting roles led to larger opportunities, culminating in her acclaimed performance on Orange is the New Black, which introduced her to a new generation of viewers. She later co-created and starred in Russian Doll, further establishing herself as a respected voice in the industry. Today, Natasha Lyonne is not only a successful actress, but also a writer and director, known for her originality and honesty. She has spoken openly about her past struggles, using her experiences to shed light on addiction and recovery. Her journey from early promise through hardship and ultimately to renewal stands as a powerful reminder that setbacks do not have to define a life. With determination and the right support, it is possible to rebuild and move forward stronger than before.